Douglas Adams here. Douglas Adams here, future educator. And to be a culturally competent educator is to be an educator that puts all biases aside. To be biased is to believe or in one culture being better or one culture being worse or one person because of the way they look or smell or act or prefer certain things, sexuality or anything, to think that that person's worse or better off. When we put those things aside, we're able to actually get to the core or the identity of our students. When we're able to do that, that allows us to be competent and to understand what our students are about, understand their cultures, where they come from, how they grew up. It's amazing how you might think that there's two different worlds, but really there's one, and they're all the same. Just because we assume by way somebody looks that they're two different types of people, in reality they're the same person. But that's one of the things, though, I think that's going to help us the most, and is to be competent for me, as a person who now sees myself, when it comes down to it, as more of a mindful person, a person that kind of controls things more, has in more control, or has been able to identify with all kinds of cultures. When it comes to the culture chart, I'm more inclined to give every culture a chance, or every group, every religion, everything a chance, and not discriminate or look and try to separate the differences out. I say that because I have come a long way with that, honestly. When I was growing up and I was a child, to be honest with you, I wanted to see people that looked like me succeed. That was a key factor. But as I got older, wiser, smarter, and realized that it's not about people that look like me, because everybody's human. It's people that are people. I want everybody to succeed. So as an educator, as a teacher, as a coach, as any of those things that work with youth, kids, or anything, I want to continue that, making sure that everybody has a chance to succeed, the opportunity to succeed, no matter what their background is, rich, poor, white, black, Asian, no matter what they are. I want to see everybody succeed, no matter the religious background. I want to be that person, that teacher, that educator that wants to get to know what it is that you believe in. I want to show genuine interest in that. Not so much to change anybody's mind or anything, but because I care and I want to be able to relate to you so I can help you through life, through anything. So you can count on me in any way whatsoever. We see that now, again, in middle school level where I'm at right now. There's a lot of emphasis on protecting or the integrity of the black student in schools. Too many are seen as getting in trouble, and we've got to figure out what it is. And I think that when we pinpoint it as just one culture that gets in trouble, and it's because nobody understands that culture or that particular group, we are really we're being biased, or we're being subjective to one group. And honestly, it has nothing to do with that. I think we really need to look down deep at what it is. It's not that kids are being picked on because of their color or race. It's not that one group or race behaves better than the other, or because they're louder, or because their culture, or the so-called we always throw terms out there to kind of what's popular right now. The hip hop culture is worse than any other culture, or those that are more in the country or anything like that. It has nothing to do with any of that. And I want to get rid of those stereotypes that are going on in schools. It's not something that belongs there. And the only way to really do that is to really look down and pinpoint the problems, and we can do that. One of the ways of doing that, and I see myself doing that, is one, doing certain research in my day-to-day life of my job as an in-school detention person. talking to the kids, getting to know them, getting to know their background, getting to understand what's going on. A lot of the, the students and stuff, they're not bad kids at all. None of them are bad kids. Some of their behaviors are bad, but some of their behaviors sometimes are, I'm not justifying them, but it's understandable. When you look at what goes on behind closed doors at home, in neighborhoods, so doing the research on that and getting to know them and kind of keeping track of where the kids come from, backgrounds and stuff like that, as they come into the room, with their certain issues and stuff like that, is something I'm doing. Something else I do is lean on my parents. My parents combined have over 80 years of education experience, from teaching kindergarten to being principals to working at school board office. Also have family members that are principals as well in different areas. I have cousins and aunts and stuff that work in the education system and have been through it. So leaning on them, talking to them, discussing things with them that happen on a daily basis, figuring out, how would they handle this, or how did this happen in the past, and what's different between then and now, is key. Reading books. I like to go back to old encyclopedias and kind of see what's going on, and then kind of look at new things that are going on. Researching, and getting to know new technology, new terms that are being used, slang that's being used, getting to understand the youth as a whole by knowing what's going on and what's new now, not living and staying in the past because things change, is key. I found that that's something that every educator should bring to the table. It's something that I know I'm going to bring to the table. Just being up to date as much as possible with things. And then also part of my research is looking, again, like I said, looking into the past. Some of the past that I'm looking into is I have found some old documents and stuff for some of the old, the historical black schools that were in the area, looking at those versus what the white schools were doing, and how things were treated. Also found some information on special education, how kids that were considered special needs were treated, and how things have come so far now, and what else we can do. So using the past to make the future better is key, because we need to learn from the mistakes of the past. That's the only way. So recognizing those things and looking at past books, past historical movies, videos, talking to people who have been in the education system, have retired and stuff like that is everything that I'm doing right now, and that I'm going to continue to do. My classroom in the future is one that is open, to where kids will be comfortable, students will be comfortable to be free to be who they are, because I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to be as transparent as possible, within the boundaries, and let them know about me, myself, so they can see that I'm never been perfect, and so I don't expect them to be, and I expect them to be who they are. That's the only way they're going to become what they're going to be in the future, is by realizing who they are now, and accepting who they are now, not trying to be anything they're not. So I want them to be open and free, and I want my classroom to be able to discuss, within reason and openly, about different cultures and stuff like that, and take the trip around the world without having to go around the world, and getting to know things and getting to understand stuff. And it's not to make everybody feel uncomfortable. It's to make everybody feel comfortable. You've got to feel comfortable, and that's what my classroom is. My future classroom is something that's going to be comfortable, relaxing, as if you were sitting in your own living room, just relaxing, having a good time. That's what we're looking at for the future, and to ensure that everybody is included, no matter the religious background, or sexual preference, anything like that. What everything's included is to not leave anybody out. We look at, for an example, just to use it, Black History Month. Everybody always makes sure that we mention something about somebody historical in Black History Month. Always making sure that we go over, especially the basics. Douglas Carver, or different things like that. But doing that with other things as well, with other cultures, being able to do that, looking up, doing my research, and understanding, hey, when we have a topic that I'm trying to get a students ready for, and it falls in line with with the Latino history, and I can go and find, like some Latino history that will work in with it, and be able to do that. No matter, again, if it's Asian history to help our kids, Asians, Buddhism, whatever it is, to include that so that the students understand that I'm not here to forget about who they are. I'm not here to leave anybody out. I'm here to make sure they learn and understand that everybody that has come before them in their particular culture has learned and became something, and has made something of themselves. So therefore, they can do the same thing no matter what they believe in. You know, I'm not here to judge anybody. That's not my job. My job here is to educate, and in the best way possible. And by doing that at the same time, making the kids feel safe and feel secure with who they are. So again, to be culturally competent is to leave all biases aside as an educator. Leave your own personal biases aside.